Alright, it's finished. Tottenham 0, Chelsea 1 in the London derby here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and you have to say, as a Tottenham fan, this was maybe kind of a boiling point for a lot of Tottenham fans, I feel, especially at home, especially what they've been served up in a lot of our home league performances. This is my first home game to the season. I haven't been here for the other games, which we have to say the performances have been really, really poor. But today, in a London derby, you expect to see Tottenham just give it a go, put Chelsea under pressure, ask different questions of their defence. And it just seemed as though Tottenham, throughout the whole game, was scared of Chelsea, were scared to go forward, scared to ask them questions, scared to get the ball in the box. And in the occasions which they did do that, it was lacking a lot of quality. And I haven't been here for the other games, but today, the fans really, especially where I was sitting in the South Stand, were, I wouldn't say turning on the manager, but definitely were voicing their frustration on the performance. A lot of boos ringing out at half-time, even louder boos ringing out at full-time. And there was a big call to action before the game from various Tottenham supporters groups to get a loud atmosphere going for this game, especially, kind of circled around social media before the game. And I thought the fans started off really loud, and it looked like it was going to be, could possibly be a special day, but unfortunately the performance really let Tottenham down and let the fans down. And at full time, the boos were there for all to hear, really, unfortunately, and understandable, really, given that in Tottenham they were, I don't even know if playing with the handbrake on even does how bad the performance was does it justice. I think it was really, really shambolic today, really shambolic. We barely had a shot on goal. I don't remember a clear-cut opportunity we had. I think Sanchez made one save during the game. That was from Kudus in the first half, and that was more of a half chance than it was a real clear-cut opportunity. Chelsea created numerous big chances. João Pedro should have really scored a hat-trick. He had, if it wasn't for Vicario today, we would have been battered 3-4-0. And you have to say, that's not the first time we've said that in recent weeks. And it's also not the first time we've said that at home. Our home performances, we really haven't got to grips with how to perform at home in front of our own supporters. We seem to play at home, we seem to think we can play away from home at home the same way we can play away from home, which is be a bit pragmatic, don't leave ourselves too open, try and get some set pieces and try and keep things tight. But when you're in front of your own fans, you need to show more than that. You need to commit some risk. You need to actually attack. You need to excite the fans away from home. Everyone knows it's difficult. Everyone knows you have to balance yourself. You have to kind of rely on set pieces. You have to be solid defensively. And I think everyone is understandable that going away from home in the Premier League is difficult. You've got to keep things tight. But at home, I'm not saying you've got to be gung-ho and completely open and suicidal, but you've got to show way more than we did today. Way more. Which is not good enough, what we saw today. Really disappointing. Not even to have a meaningful chance on goal throughout the whole 90 minutes in the London derby against a Chelsea side. Yes, they're good, don't get me wrong, but they're beatable. They are beatable. They're not a Chelsea side which we should be fearing. I know they got some players back today. Fofana was brilliant at centre-back. I have to say, Moise Caicedo, what a midfielder. He was exceptional today. We couldn't handle him. He bossed that midfield, not just physically, technically, creating chances. We didn't know how to handle him. I think he was a key cog in their team's victory today. The goal we conceded was a catalogue of errors. Jed Spence losing it in the middle of the park. Mickey van der Ven not strong enough in the challenge, leading to Caicedo was laying it on a plate for João Pedro, and it was finished, and that was the deciding goal. João Pedro had numerous chances. He'll be really unhappy he didn't score at least 4, to be honest, because he had about at least three gilt-edge opportunities on top of the goal that he scored. So he'll be fuming that he wasn't kind of more on the score sheet than he was. I mean, how do you analyse Tottenham's performance? I think Mo Kudus has marked out the game, and he's obviously been such a big threat into our game, into our play. The corners were just a non-threat today. Kudus played it into the goalkeeper's arms. I can remember at least twice, especially in the second half, where we're looking to build some momentum. We know set pieces are a massive element to our game, and he's given 2 straight to the goalkeeper. Xavi Simons, I mean, he's going to be a big talking point, unfortunately, today. Brought on 6 minutes when Bergvall goes down for a concussion sub, I believe. And Simons, due to his ineffectiveness in the game, is actually forced off on 72 minutes. And that is not going to do wonders for his confidence, given that he's had some struggles early on in his tenure at Tottenham. He had some struggles today, especially physically. He would beat a man and then just not have that ability to either burst past him physically or with any pace. And I think that led to Frank making the decision, he's got to come off, and he's not impacting the game the way we want it. We tried him on the left for a large amount of the game. We tried him in the 10, it wasn't working, and he brought him off after having come on in the first half. And that is, for a lot of footballers, the ultimate embarrassment. And I think it kind of sums up his time at Tottenham at the moment, unfortunately. As much as I don't think he's actually been that bad, unfortunately, he clearly is having a lot of struggle getting to grips with the Premier League, the pace of the Premier League, the physicality, I think, mostly of the Premier League, and he's got a lot of work to do. Moani had his second start in a row in the Premier League, and you know, it goes to show everyone is on Richarlison's back, and he came on and didn't do much as well, but Moani started, and he struggles getting the game, and I think it's a lot to do with how we play more than the quality of strikers we have. They're not getting any service really in the box. Moani yet again not getting any sort of goal scoring opportunities to feed off or any chance to show his goal scoring ability. We're relying on him to hold the ball up and bring other players into play without really having many players around him. And he again was on the periphery. Showed some nice touches at times, some nice hold up play at times, but when it comes to being a goal threat, non-existent. Mohamed Kudus, I've said before, marked out the game. And when he seems as though he's running on empty a bit. It seems as though we're asking too much of him, because he was huffing and puffing. We moved him into the number 10 late in the game, and Caicedo bullied him. Caicedo physically bullied him. And when Kudus is getting bullied, you know something's wrong, because you know physically how strong he is. So that was obviously a massive issue. We saw Romero come on. He tried to swing the tide back in our favour, and wasn't able to do so. Odegaard came on. He was non-existent. But I think by and large, a lot of it, I think Chelsea were good, don't get me wrong. Chelsea deserve a lot of credit. They came to Tottenham, defended well, and created loads of chances. But a lot of it is down to our approach, how we're building up, where we're getting players on the pitch involved. And there's a severe lack of quality, you've got to say. It seems as though so many times we had an opportunity to swing the ball in with a cross, and we just didn't do it. We cut back, we were hesitant, and we ended up losing the ball or putting out for a throw. And it's like, why not just swing it in then? If you're going to end up doing that, if there's so many better options, then surely those sequences have to end up with a shot or end up with some sort of chance being created, or a corner or a set piece. And a lot of the times, those sequences end up back at the keeper. A lot of the times we're having attacks and it's ending up, we're winning the ball in their half, and the sequence is ending with Vicario having the ball and going long. And that's never going to be acceptable for the Tottenham fans. It is still very early on in Frank's tenure. I'm not saying this is a big turning on Frank by the fans, albeit there were loud boos in the crowd, and at points it was turning a bit toxic. I know there was an altercation scene at the end with Vicario and a fan. I don't know what happened there, but it's still very early on. Frank obviously has lots of time to turn it around, but when your home form is just bad, there's going to be severe questions asked. And it's not just about the form being bad, it's about what we're being served up on a weekly basis at home. No bravery, it seems there's no risk being being taken at home. And not only are we not creating any chances, but we're conceding a lot of chances as well. And when that is happening, no one's going to be happy. You're playing pragmatic football while conceding lots of chances and not creating anything. So what's the point of being pragmatic if you're still going to be open at the back? That's a big question mark. But look, lots to work on. 2 home games coming up this week, Copenhagen and Man United. Time to turn things around in those games, big games. But today is definitely a day to forget, and a London derby to forget. So on to the next one, guys. Like, subscribe and comment, and as always, come on you Spurs.